Welcome everyone to Hawkeye Volleyball here in Extreme Arena. I'm John Evans. The Hawkeyes tonight take on the Northwestern Wildcats as the Hawks will look to get their first win in Big Ten play. We're about a minute and a half away from starting lineups. We'll take a short break there, and then we'll be back kind of in the middle of starting lineups for, we'll rattle them off real quick before the first serve. Big thank you to Quickstar, presenting sponsor here of Hawkeye Volleyball. Great to have them on board this season. Hawkeyes will look to bounce back here. Had a tough time, had a strong first match in Big Ten plays. They took Illinois to 5 before falling, and then have struggled. Last 6 matches have been sweeps for the opponents. Hawks have played competitively through most of those, but have always had a set or a little letdown that causes some problems. So hopefully they get a little better roll here and find a way to just consistently put out the fires when the other team starts to put some pressure on them. So that'll be the key tonight, is limiting the Northwestern runs, trying to stay on serve. So we're going to take a short break here as we go with the Athletes Pledge and the national anthem, followed by starting lineups. We'll leave the mic live so you can hear what's going on, and then I'll be back as the starting lineups come through. So you are listening to Hawkeye Volleyball from Learfield. Welcome back to Hawkeye Volleyball. Quick Star starting lineups for Northwestern. Tatiana Hardwick, Alexa Rousseau, Leilani Dodson, Temi Thomas Alera, Ella Gerbach, Hannah Lisiak, and Megan Miller is your libero for Northwestern. For the Hawks, another twist of the starting lineup. Courtney Bizzario, Toyosiana Banjo, Jenna Split, Mari Hinkle is your libero, Leanne Lowry, Hannah Clayton, and Addie Vanderwide. So we are set on go. Hawks in the gold uniforms. Getting a little bit of a change. No Amaya Jones and no Maddie Slagle as we start with Leanne Lowry in the back row. Hawks in the gold. We'll start with the serve tonight. Actually, I think we're going to get Amaya Jones tonight. She's just not going to serve, so we'll have Leanne serve. It looks like she's playing opposite middle, so I think we'll get her. We'll have a similar looking lineup as usual. Amaya's been a little, we're trying to just jazz up the serving rotation. Lowry to serve for the Hawks. Fires it over. Ball comes back to Alera. Big swing, dug up by Lowry. Split comes diving into the bench. But give the kill to Thomas Alera. And that'll put Miller, the libero, in to serve. Floats it right down the line. Hinkle, great pass to Split. Middle attack, Clayton. She finds the floor. Tied at 1 on the Clayton kill. Ortega comes in for Ana Banjo. Hansen comes in for Split. As the Hawks will continue to run the 5-2. Ortega floats it at Ilara. Middle attack. Catches the line. Good kill there from Dodson. Two 2-1 Wildcats. Stinson comes in. She'll serve for Northwestern. Runs forward, floats across. Vanderwide, great pass to Ortega behind her to Bizzario, off the block. Nobody can find it. Boy, ball was up in the air a long time, but Dodson and Ilara couldn't find it. Tied at 2. Bizzario now to serve. Buzz runs it forward, right down the line. Long. 3-2 Northwestern. Service errors have really kind of bitten the Hawkeyes in the bud here lately. Slagle will check in for Bizzario. Thomas Ilara to serve for Northwestern. Looks like a big jump serve coming. Tosses it high, rips at it. Slagle, great pass. Ortega, middle attack, Clayton. Dug by Thomas. Good swing there from Lisiak. She hits it off the block and finds the Hawk side. First 2-point lead of the night goes to Northwestern. It's 4-2. Thomas Ilara to serve again. Gonna have to find a shortcut there a little bit. I just go with her first name and call her Temi. Temi, big toss. Goes just long. Good serve. It was dipping. Jones comes in for Lowry now. She'll play the front row. Hinkle back to the service line as she came in for Clayton. Another service there for the Hawks. 5-3 Northwestern. Dodson to serve for Northwestern. Low bounces, floats it across. Hinkle off the net. Ortega pushes it all the way out to Vanderwide. Big swing, dug up, back to the Hawk side. Jones goes up, gets your feet set, finds the kill. Good try on the Northwestern side, but couldn't quite get there. Hawks went with a speed substitution. Down ref was having none of it, pulls everybody back, resets, and split back to the service line. Hawks trail 5-4. Floats it over, ball's off the net, chased down by Rousseau, tipped over, split, gets it, Hinkle, it's her feet set, goes behind her, Vanderwide has to tip, uses the block, comes back over. Vanderwide covers herself, Jones goes up, she's blocked. Hawks almost had it covered up. Good defensive play there by Northwestern as Jones tried to go straight back over. Looks like that was Hardwick that got up and blocked her. Minnesota on top, 6-4. Rousseau, their setter, will serve. Lefty, fires it over. Vanderwide takes hands, split, gives it right back to Vanderwide. Goes down the line, she'll score. Rousseau in full self-defense there, but couldn't control the tip. Vanderwide back to the service line. Bizzario comes back in the game. A lot of subs for the Hawks early with side-out volleyball. Be interesting to see how this goes later. Off the tape, Rousseau gives it back to Temmie Thomas in the back row, scores. Hawks had a double set up on her. She went just to the side of it and scored easily. Lisiak to serve. Floats it over. Great drop ball there. Split, bumps it up. Anabanjo off the block. Back onto the Northwestern side. Northwestern, good scramble, free ball it over. Vanderwide to split. Middle to Jones. Scores. Good heads-up play by Northwestern there to keep it in the air. But the Hawks did a good job with the free ball. Jones to serve now. Hawks still trail by 1. Goes right down the line. Pass is tight. Dumped over. Split. Pancakes it up. Vanderwide gets it. Anabanjo gets a swing. She's blocked, though. Mostly Hardwick, and Thomas Ilara was there as well. 8-6. Miller back to serve. She runs it forward, floats it over. Great serve. Vanderwide gets it though. Split Anabanjo. She tips. Finds a home. Well placed as she got it just over the block and in front of a diving back row. Ortega will serve now for the Hawks. Bailey runs it forward. Goes to Thomas Ilara. Right side attack coming. Off the antenna. Hawks finally get back-to-back points and score to tie it up. Ortega trying to give the Hawks their first lead. Runs it forward, floats it. Good pass this time. Outside. Roll shot. Hinkle gets it easy. Ortega out to Bizzario. Bizzario goes long, no touch. Hitting error this time gives Northwestern the lead back, 9-8. Stinson to serve. Defensive specialist from Yorktown, Indiana. Fires it over. Hansen to Ortega, right side to Bizzario, right down the line and scores. Lisiak wanted no part of that. She just kind of stuck her hands up, ball went off her fingers and found the back line. Tied at 9, Bizzario again. Buzz goes cross. Stinson, pass off the net. Ilara tips, Ortega gets it. Hinkle, jump set, high off the hands, dug up by Miller. Ilara again. Hawks let it go wide. First lead of the game for the Gold, 10-9. Buzz again. Fires a good serve this time. Miller, though, good pass. Right side coming from dug by Ortega. Hinkle pushes it back row to Bizzario. Big swing. Dug up by Stinson. Rousseau pushes it to Thomas Ilara. Blocked. Ball's in the air. On the ground. Hanson and Clayton with the block. 11-9 Hawks lead. Northwestern wastes no time calling timeout. Hawks on top in set one, 11-9. You're listening to Hawkeye Volleyball from Learfield. Welcome back to Hawkeye Volleyball. 11-9, the Hawks lead here in the first set. Good crowd trickling in. Looks like we've got some football fans that weren't too disappointed and decided to go ahead and stream in here. I'm sure most of them thought they'd roll in and they'd take the gear off that they had at the game and sit in short sleeves or whatever and kind of forget that Extreme Arena, the floor here is on top of the ice, so it is cold in the arena. And so it's probably not quite the same comfort level. Hawks lead 11-9. Off to a good hitting start, hitting 267 in the first set with 7 kills, holding Northwestern to 0-83. Only downside for the Hawks so far is the 2 service errors. Bizzario will serve. Buzz fires it over. Good pass. That'll go as an ace. Stinson with a bad pass. Rousseau couldn't handle it. 12-9 now. Hawks up by 3. Buzz gives the bounces. Fires. Miller. Tight. Oh, wow. Hawks got caught flat-footed there. Ball went to Rousseau. She lost the joust. Just kind of bopped it up in the air. Then it was Dodson that played it. And then Rousseau just got a little left-hand roll shot. Found the floor in front of Bizzario. 12-10 now, Hawks lead. Thomas Ilara fires. Hinkle, it's tight. One hand, oh, great play by the Hawks. But Rousseau pushes it outside. Through the block, dug up by Ortega. Hinkle platforms it all the way behind her. Tough ball. Vanderwide got under it a little bit. Hits a high floater. Those of you old enough to remember the EFIS pitch, so it's kind of what it looked like to the back corner. Went wide, though. Back-to-back points for Northwestern now. Hawks still lead 12-11. Thomas Ilara to fire. Catches the back line. Boy, does she bring it. We are now tied at 12 after the ace. Remember sitting at a Hawkeye practice a couple years ago looking for, but then she pounds that one long. Remember Hawks looking for a certain miles per hour on the radar gun on their serves, trying to make sure they were serving aggressively. Yeah, I'm going to guarantee that Thomas Ilara is hitting that number. 13-12, Hawks on top. Hinkle floats it over. Good pass. Back row. Dug up. There's the international play you see. That was Thomas Ilara from the right back position. Fired it over. Goes sharp cross there and gets the kill. We're tied at 13. Running float serve. Slagle, great pass to Ortega. Hansen right down the line, but just wide. No touch called. Northwestern retakes the lead, 14-13. Hawks got about everything they wanted out of that play. It was a good swing from Hansen, just barely missed. Floats it over again. Slagle, pass off the net this time to Ortega. Comes back to Hansen, great tip this time. Pancaked up though. We're gonna be in play. Roll shot over. Oh, and the Hawks are just flat-footed again. 15-13 on the Lisiak kill. There's nothing else you could do with it but roll it. And the Hawks were all ready to rotate to offense, and nobody went after the ball. Amaya to serve again. Slagle to Ortega. Jones redirects, finds the line, and scores. Beautiful play. It was a tough pass to Ortega. Ortega got enough of it to Jones. Jones just kept moving it over. 15-14. Hawks trail. Hawks are getting substitution warnings already. We're midway through the first set. Split to serve. Bad pass. Basically a shanked pass there from Stinson. Give the ace to Split. Hawks catch a break there, 15-all. Split again. Stinson, another bad pass, probably chased the ball that was going out. Back-to-back aces, and 16-15, Hawks back on top. Up ref gives Northwestern a little bit of a break as they went in the huddle way back where they've split. Rousseau dumps it. Hawks get it up in the air though. Slagle back row swing, love it. It's tight. Oh, great play by Rousseau again. Both Vanderwide and Jones were up with her, and she just redirected the ball, found the floor, tied at 16. Bizarro checks in for Slagle. Hawks are running out of subs. I think they want to make sure they get Buzz back in the game. Rousseau now to serve for Northwestern. The lefty fires. Vanderwide chased down by Split. Vanderwide swings. Tipped over. Vanderwide gets it. Split. Back out to Vanderwide again. No touch called as she misses down the line. 17-16 Northwestern. Rousseau spins it. Comes forward. Good float. Jones has to take it. Split. Back row to Bizarro. Finds the floor. Good back row swing from Buzz out of the middle. Tied at 17. That'll send Vanderwide back to the line for the Hawks. The freshman floats it over. Good pass. Right side coming. Blocked by the Hawks. Covered though. Rousseau pushed it to the outside. High off the block and scores. Lisiak with a good swing. Hit it off Anabanjo's hands. Ball went over the back row defense. Northwestern by one now, 18-17. Lisiak to serve again. Floats it over. Vanderwide's off the net. Split. Pushes it. Back row to Vanderwide. Dug up. It's tight. Rousseau gets it. Thomas Alar blocked. Right side coming. Vanderwide gets the dig. Split chases it down to Bizarro. Bizarro has to tip. Pancaked up. That's over on the Hawks side. Lot big joust. Good play by Hinkle to stay on the floor. Rousseau behind her on the right side. High off the block. Hawks can't get it though. Goes off the block and over Hinkle's head. 19-17 Northwestern on top. Coach Brown will use her first time out of the set with Northwestern up by 2. You're listening to Hawkeye Volleyball from Learfield. Welcome back to Hawkeye Volleyball. Iowa Volleyball is brought to you by University of Iowa Sports Medicine, offering sports injury prevention, treatment, and rehabilitation to athletes of all ages and skill levels. University of Iowa Sports Medicine, team physician of your Iowa Hawks. Early in the set, it was all Hawkeyes with the hitting percentage, but it's turned around as Northwestern now hitting 292, and the Hawks hitting just 115. The Hawks have to find a way to straighten that out. 3 kills for Bizzario, 3 kills for Jones, leading the Hawks charge. 3 apiece for Thomas Ilara and Lisiak for the Northwestern Wildcats. 11 digs for Northwestern, 9 for the Hawks. 3 service aces for the Hawks, just 1 for Northwestern. Here comes the serve from Lisiak. Floats it over. Hinkle, great pass to Split. Behind her, Donavanjo. Off the block, scores. Kill number 2 for Toyosi. Hawks back to within 1. Hinkle goes out. Jones back to the service line. And Clayton back into the front row. Jones goes right down the line. Lisiak, good pass. Rousseau, middle attack, punched over. And Vanderwide gets it. Split, middle attack, Clayton. Not very good there either. Rousseau. Miller platforms it to Thomas Ilara. Big swing, dug by Vanderwide. We'll see if Bizzario can get it. She can. Split, tries to do too much with it and puts it in the net on a down ball. I don't mind that play if she's further back in the court, but inside the 10-foot line, taking a swing at it when you can't jump is tough. Miller, pass to Hinkle. Oh, big block. Hawks have it up in the air, but can't play it. As Bizzario took a great swing, but she was blocked by Gerbach and Dodson, 21-18. And Coach Brown will use her second timeout. We'll take the short break as well. You're listening to Hawkeye Volleyball from Learfield. Get it over. Fight to play defense. Welcome back to Hawkeye Volleyball. Hawkeye fans, get a taste of game day at your home by stopping by Molly's Cupcakes and picking up your favorite cookie or Rice Krispie treat to satisfy your sweet tooth craving. Molly's Cupcakes, located off Clinton Street in the heart of downtown Iowa City. 21-18. Northwestern leads the first set. Northwestern still hitting .269, 10 kills. Hawks now hitting .067, 10 kills, but 8 errors. So Hawks going to have to find a way to clean that up. Miller now will serve for the Wildcats. Libero runs it forward, floats it. Vanderwide, good play. Split, Anabanjo to the right. Tip again, covered easy. Rousseau, middle attack, punched off the net. Diving one-handed play by Hinkle. Middle attack from Clayton. It's dug up, outside, big swing. That was Thomas Ilara. And Northwestern's pulled away here near the end of the first set. It's 22-18. Miller, the libero, tries to go a little. They've been using a lot of short floats. This time she tried to go a little tighter. Hit it right in the net, 22-19. Ortega will serve for the Hawks. Need a run here. Bailey floats it over. Middle attack, tipped over. Good play there by Dodson as she just barely got it over the net. Clayton pulled it down with her, tried to make a play on it, but couldn't do it. 23-19. Stinson to serve. She goes over. Hansen steps away from it, and it goes right beside Vanderwide. Easiest ace Stinson will ever have. And it is set point for Northwestern. Stinson floats it this time. Hinkle takes charge. Ortega middle attack Clayton. Dug up by Miller. Rousseau tries to tip it over. Clayton read it like a book and sent it right back to her. 24-20. Bizzario to fire for the Hawks. They need a run. Buzz fires it. Miller, Rousseau, right side, through the block, dug by Hinkle. Ortega chases it down. Vanderwide gets a flat-footed swing. Rousseau behind her again to the right, off the block. Hinkle gets it up in the air. Diving Hawkeyes everywhere. But give the kill on the right side slide. I think it was Dodson. And that'll give them the set, 25-20. We'll take a break. Northwestern leads 1-0. You're listening to Hawkeye Volleyball from Learfield. Welcome back to Hawkeye Volleyball. Northwestern took set one, 25-20, as the Wildcats hit 281 in the first set, led by Temi Thomas Ilara with her 4 kills. Hannah Lesiak had 3 kills, and Lalani Dodson also had 3. So good balanced attack there and very efficient, as again they hit 281. Hawks were held to 059. Courtney Bizzario with 3 kills, Amaya Jones with 3. Northwestern quarterback Alexa Rousseau with 12 assists. Hawks splitting those duties. Jenna Split with 6. Bailey Ortega with 3. 3 service aces for the Hawks. Jenna Split had 2 of them back-to-back. Bizzario had 1, 2 for Northwestern. 16 digs for Northwestern, just 13 for the Hawks. And 3 blocks for Northwestern to 2 for the Hawks. So Northwestern winning all the statistical categories, including the most important one, 25-20, and a 1-0 lead, as the Hawks will look to bounce back. Miller will be back to serve for Northwestern. See what the Hawks have to offer here. Started fast, had a lead midway through the set. 4 lead changes and 9 ties in the first set, so it was back and forth. Northwestern pulled away late. Vanderwide's tight. Split goes up and gets it. Bizzario hammers it right down the line and scores. Hawks lead 1-0. Kill number 4 for Buzz. And that will send Ortega back to the service line. Floats it over. Rousseau, right side, through the block, dug by Ortega. Hinkle chases it down though, and Clayton platforms it over. Rousseau again, right side, tipped this time. Clayton got a hand on it behind her. Diving Hinkle got a little bit of a piece of it, but give the point to Northwestern. We're tied at 1 on the Gerbach kill. Stinson checks back in. Takes her time at the service line, comes forward, floats it over. Vanderwide, good pass to Ortega, back outside to Hansen, off the block. Stinson gets it, but nobody could really move. Miller was moving the other direction, as she was kind of going behind her, but the ball ricocheted more to the side. And then Lesiak couldn't come over to help. 2-1 Hawks on top. Bizzario to serve. Good sharp serve, Stinson. Big high platform, big swing off the block. Bizzario gets the dig. Ortega, Clayton. She's dug up. Clayton again. Got it. Northwestern with the overpass. Clayton goes up, pushes it off Thomas Aylara. And the Hawks are up 3-1. Bizzario to fire again. Goes sharp cross again. Miller, good pass to Rousseau. Pushed it outside. Big swing from Thomas Aylara. Slagle checks in for Bizzario now to play the back row. And Thomas Aylara to serve. This is the big jump serve. Big high toss. Rip. Just wide. Whew. That's pretty impressive there. That wasn't just a straightforward rip from Thomas Aylara that time. She tried to put a little, took just a touch off, went at a little bit of an angle, and just missed. Hinkle to serve. Floats it over. Stinson, way off the net. Rousseau has to platform it. Ball's tight. Lesiak tips it wide. Down ref called a touch originally. It didn't look like it was anything close to that. He rescinded his take on that. 5-2 on the Lesiak tipping error. Hinkle to serve again. Mari flips it right down the line. Right side, oh boy. Vanderwide went with the setter, and that let the right side slide to Dodson go unblocked. And she made sure the hitting line found the floor, 5-3. Amaya checks in for Northwestern. She'll serve. Fires it right down the line. Slagle to Ortega, right side to Hansen. Boy, not sure what happened there. There was a lot of, that was exactly what you wanted. The timing was a little off though. Hansen was there early. Ball got behind her and she hit it long. Amaya to serve for Northwestern again. Goes right over at Slagle. Another good pass to Ortega. Middle attack from Jones. Blocked. Back-to-back hitting errors. Hardwick gets the block this time on Jones, and we're tied at 5. Slagle, bad pass. Ortega chases it all the way down. Hansen has to platform it over. In system, right side slide. Touch is called. Hardwick now gets the kill. And Northwestern's battled back to take a 6-5 lead. Slagle's having a tough time passing Amaya's serve here. Need a good one. Goes right at her again. A little better to Ortega. Outside to Vanderwide. Dug up. Rousseau pushed it outside. And Lisiak hits it off the block and scores. 7-5, Northwestern with 4 in a row. Floats it over at Slagle again. Ortega to Jones. Dug up by Thomas Aylara. Roll shot, diving play by Slagle. Ortega, one hands to Jones. She punches it over again. Thomas Aylara gets a hand on it. Little collision there. Swing off the net. Slagle, bad pass. Ortega chases it down. Vanderwide off the net. Good swing, but she's dug up. Rousseau back outside. Off the block and scores. Lisiak split the block and scored. It's 8-5 Northwestern. Sorry, that's a 6-0 scoring run now. Northwestern serves again, right down the line. Vanderwide gets this one. Ortega behind her to Jones. Rousseau gets the dig. Hansen doesn't do nearly enough with it. Right side coming. That ball never got over the net. Oh my. Vanderwide rolls it. Rousseau back outside. Punched long from Lisiak. Hawks deserve that point early on. End up getting it. Hawks win a good scramble mode point there. 8-6 they trail. Split to serve. Off the tape, ace. Third ace serve for Jenna. Hawks have crawled back to within 1. The lefty, pulled down on that one and pulled it right in the net. 9-7 Northwestern. Stinson goes out. I think that was Gerbach that came back in. Slagle goes out, Bazario comes in. Hawks will receive with 2. It'll be Hinkle and Vanderwide to take the Rousseau serve. Floats it over. Vanderwide, split. Back row to Bazario. Dug by Rousseau. Miller platforms it all the way across. And Lisiak got under that one and hit it kind of like the one that Vanderwide hit in the first set. Got underneath it and just floated it high, long. Everybody had plenty of time to figure out that it wasn't in. Vanderwide to serve for the Hawks. Floats it over. Diving play. Rousseau all the way outside. Whew. Lisiak didn't get behind, or didn't get in front of that one, as she got way up on top and just powers it home. 10-8 Northwestern. Lisiak now to serve. Hides it over. Vanderwide. Split. Jones on the slide. Dug by Miller. Rousseau platforms it behind her. Jones takes the dig. Split. Platforms it to Bazario. Gets a swing at it. Miller. Rousseau behind her. Roll shot over. Vanderwide takes it easy. Split to Bazario. Off the block and scores. Ball really spent a lot of time in the air there. Big high looping points, or swings from both sides before Bazario put it away. 10-9 Northwestern. Jones now to serve. Goes right down the line. Lisiak, bad pass. Rousseau gets it up high. Rolled over, Vanderwide. Split. Bazario scores. As she hit it hard off of Lisiak. Tied back up at 10 now. Jones again. Good, solid serve. Lisiak's going to get a swing from the back row. Vanderwide gets it, though. Split to Clayton, who scores. Good middle attack swing. Hawks back on top. Coach Davis decides he's seen enough of the Hawkeye run. 11-10, Hawks on top in set 2. We'll take a timeout. You're listening to Hawkeye Volleyball from Learfield. Welcome back to Hawkeye Volleyball. Hawk fans, experience your home away from home at Coralville's finest all-suite hotels. Homewood Suites and Home to Suites by Hilton each offer guests spacious suites, complimentary breakfast, 24-hour fitness center, pool, hot tub, guest laundry, and convenient locations. Let their warm and friendly staff take care of you and your family when you visit Hawkeye Country. Hawks have battled back, lead set 2, now 11-10. Hitting 222 in this set. Northwestern hitting 278. Courtney Bizzario leads the Hawks with 6 kills. Hannah Lesiak with 6 for Northwestern. Jones will serve for the Hawks. Floats it over this time. Lesiak, good pass. Rousseau, middle attack, wide. Rousseau's trying to get the coach to beg for a touch. They're basically ignoring her. 12-10, Hawks on top. Hardwick's first hitting error of the night. Jones right down the line again. Lesiak, good pass. Rousseau outside. Wide. Another hitting error. Hawks 13-10 now. Coach Davis, unusual play here, decides to call timeout. His second already. 13-10, Hawks lead. We'll take the timeout also. You're listening to Hawkeye Volleyball from Learfield. What you've seen there the last couple points, though, is exactly why you've got to get that ball over and just make them play. Make them score. Yeah. Yeah, too many easy ones. Welcome back to Extreme Arena. I'm John Evans. Hawkeyes lead set 2, 13-10. Dropped the first set, 25-20. After back-to-back hitting errors from his team, Coach Davis used his second time out of the set. We'll see how that plays out as the set moves on. Mariana Banjo came off the court after that timeout, blowing on her hands. It is chilly in here. Jones floats it over. Ball drops in front of Miller. Ace serve. 14-10. Cheerleader just slings it from nowhere. Hits 12-14 rows up in the middle of the court. Jones a little firmer this time. Ball's tight. Rousseau, middle attack, high off the block. I'll get my hands on that one. I got one. They wouldn't let me make first contact, though, or it would have worked out all right. 14-11. Hawks on top. Miller to serve. She floats it over. Vanderwide, good pass. Split behind her, Donna Banjo. Oh! Not sure what just happened there. The line judge called it out. Got overruled, though. Anabanjo with the Hawk kill. 15-11. Ortega check back in. She'll serve. Bailey floats it over. Bad pass. Right side swing coming. Oh, Vanderwide plays a ball that's out. Ortega to Bizzario. Blocked. Hansen covers. Ortega. Bizzario again. Scores! Thomas Ilara did all she could to make sure she didn't catch that in the forehead. She still may have. 16-11, Hawks on top. Ortega floats it over again. Bad pass. Ace serve. Thomas Ilara couldn't handle it. She's still rubbing her face. That Bizzario hit might have stunned her just a bit. 17-11 now. Ortega goes right back. Steps out of the way this time. Goes back out to her. Roll shots over. Hinkle gets it. Ortega pushes it out to Bizzario. Off the net. Again, maybe a little too much there. Buzz hits it in the net, 17-12. Stinson comes back in for Gerbach. You got a team reeling. You'd like to see them have to score points rather than just giving them away. Stinson. Vanderwide takes it. Ortega behind her to Bizzario. Has to tip off the block. Catches the line. As Thomas Aylara got the block. Dodson was there too. Back-to-back points for Northwestern, 17-13. Stinson takes her time back there. She runs forward. Goes over at Hansen. Ortega. Back row to Vanderwide. Dug by Stinson, back to the Hawks side. Hinkle, Ortega, Clayton. Finds the floor again. 18-13. Kill from Hannah Clayton. Buzz to the back row. Courtney to serve. Runs it forward. Cross again. Stinson. Bad pass. Thomas Aylara is going to get a swing, though. Goes just long. 19-13. Bizzario again from the line. Runs it forward, fires cross again. Miller, bad pass. Hitter has to take it, back row swing coming. Rolled over to Ortega. Hinkle sets it, back row Buzz. Big swing from Bizzario in the back row. Great ball from Hinkle. 20-13, Hawks on top. See if the Hawks can finish this off. Buzz goes sharp cross again. Miller way off the net. Rousseau has to free ball it over. Bizzario. Ortega chase it down. An aggressive set back to the middle there, and Clayton hits it right in the net. (20-14). They substitute Thomas Aylara out, so she won't serve. Lesage to serve. She floats it over. Vanderwide gets it. Ortega right side to Hansen. Good tip. Diving cover though by Stinson. Big swing coming. Good swing from Lisiak, and she scores 20-15. Serve coming again. Into the net. Big break for the Hawks. 21-15. Slagle checks in for Bizzario this time. Hinkle back to the service line. Clayton goes out. Jones goes into the front row. Thomas Aylara checks back in. Hinkle to serve. She goes right at Stinson. Bad pass. Rousseau platforms it all the way out. Lisiak, big swing. Ortega gets it. Slagle platforms it over. Bad platform, though. Hinkle gets it over the net. Miller. Rousseau's tight. Tips it. Hinkle one-handed. Bailey couldn't reach it. And the ball just looped slowly over her head. She might have tried to punch it, but a back row setter couldn't play the ball anyway and knock it over. 21-16. Amaya to serve for Northwestern. Hinkle, good pass. Jones with the swing, dug up by Miller. Rousseau chases it down, off net. Slagle gets it. Ortega gets footwork. Vanderwide. No touch called. 21-17. Hawks just need a side out here. Ariel Amaya serving for Northwestern. Long enough. Every time Northwestern tries to claw back into the set, they've made a service error and let the Hawks off the hook. 22-17. Hawks a couple points away from evening up the match. Split, floats it over. Off the net, Rousseau, footwork, right side, Hardwick, good tip. Set wasn't very good to Hardwick, and she just pushed it off the block. Smart play on her part. 22-18, Hawks still lead. Rousseau to the back row, and she'll serve now. The lefty setter from Northwestern fires. Vanderwide, good pass, split. Misses on a Bonjo, but Slagle picks her up. Miller platforms it behind her, big swing. Oh, Hawks catch another break. Missed connection on the attack, had to free ball it over. Northwestern had a free swing, and Lisiak blasted it long. Hawks 2 points away, Vanderwide to serve for the opportunity here. Floats it over, drop ball, Rousseau, slide again. Bezario late on the block, and Hardwick finds the floor on the Hawks side, 23-19. Lisiak to serve. That puts Thomas Ilara back in the front row. Lisiak to Vanderwide. Bad pass. Split chases it down. Bezario. Ooh, Slagle will platform it over. Miller takes it. Rousseau. Middle attack from Hardwick. Scores 23-20. Timeout Hawks leading 23-20. They'll take their first timeout. You're listening to Hawkeye Volleyball from Learfield. Welcome back to Hawkeye Volleyball. Hawks lead set 2, 23-20, after dropping the first set, 25-20. Just looking at the stats again, Hawks only hitting 133 here in set 2, but it's been enough. Bezario with 8 kills, hitting 235. Hannah Clayton with 4, hitting 273. Northwestern has Hannah Lisiak with 7 kills, hitting 211. And Tatiana Hardwick with 6 kills, hitting 556, doing a great job in the middle, working the slides well. Lisiak to serve for the Wildcats. Floats it over. Vanderwide. Split. Vanderwide tips. Covered easy. Back row. She got over the line. Like a miscommunication there. I don't think Vanderwide really expected that ball that Split gave her. 23-21. Hawks need a side out. Lisiak fires at Vanderwide. Split. Jones. Great play there. Wow. Jones hammers it off Rousseau, and the Hawks will have set point. Tough ball there from Split to Jones. Oh, Amaya catches tape, stays on the Hawks side, 24-22. She went on the serving run that gave the Hawks the lead early in the set. Now the Hawks will look to side out to take set 2. Miller back to serve for Northwestern. Runs it forward and fires. Vanderwide, bad pass, Split, platforms it to Bezario. Swings off the block, Rousseau one-hands it up. Comes back onto the Hawks side, on a Bonjo, big swing, blocked by Thomas Ilara, great play. Heads up play there. Timeout Hawks, they still lead 24-23, and we'll get another chance to close out the set. You're listening to Hawkeye Volleyball from Learfield. Welcome back to Hawkeye Volleyball. Just intrigued by the down ref had asked Dane to mark a play, and it was the back row attack call on Vanderwide. He just wanted to mark it and see as he zooms in now. Her foot was really close to the line, but it's very difficult to tell because they don't have a great angle on the line. She may not have been over, but it's impossible to tell. 24-23, Hawks on top here in set two. Miller will serve, trying to keep Northwestern in it. Fires it over. Vanderwide off the net, split to Anabanjo. She tips. Rousseau outside. Big swing off the block. Vanderwide gets it. Split to Bizzario. Oh, dug up by Miller on a ball that was probably out. Rousseau, big swing. Thomas. Alara brings the heat. Knocks it through Hinkle, and we're tied at 24. Miller again. Vanderwide, bad pass. Ace serve. (25-24). Northwestern now will get a chance to close out the set. Interesting substitution here as they put Ortega back into be a front row setter. Now the Hawks are down a hitter. Vanderwide, Ortega, Bizzario. Wide. Hawks let one get away as Northwestern takes set two, 26-24, after the Hawks had 2-3 set points. So we've got the extended halftime break here. We'll take more than a few minutes here. Hawks trail 2-0. You're listening to Hawkeye Volleyball from Learfield. Welcome back to Hawkeye Volleyball. Hawks trail 2-0 after dropping the first 25-20. Led most of the way through set 2 before letting Northwestern close it out and win 26-24. The offensive firepower has given the Hawks trouble again. 21 kills total, but 16 errors as the Hawks hitting .071 on the match. Northwestern hitting .254. Hawks have just 2 blocks. Northwestern has 6. Hawks winning the serving game though, 6 aces to just 3 for Northwestern. The Hawks only have 4 service errors to 6 for Northwestern. But 32 digs for Northwestern with the 6 blocks to 28 and 2 for the Hawks. So Northwestern overall doing a better job offensively. They've had a couple lulls that have allowed the Hawks to do some things, but the Hawks haven't been able to capitalize and close out. So we'll see if they can find a way to battle through set 3. Jones floats it over. Miller to Rousseau, right side slide. That was Dodson, her 5th kill on 8 swings tonight. And Thomas Ilara back to serve for the Wildcats. Big toss, see what the Hawks can do. Vanderwide, split, Donna Bonjo. She's blocked. She was off the net there, and the block was just set up right on top of her, pushed across. Easy block for Lisiak and Dodson. Service error helps the Hawks out, 2-1. Donna Bonjo goes out, 3 kills, 3 errors tonight. Ortega checks back in to serve for the Hawks. Bailey hits it at Stinson. Rousseau outside. Ball goes wide. Goes long as Lisiak pounds it out of the back end of the court. Northwestern with the first 2, Hawks with the next 2. Ortega to serve again. Floats it over. Lisiak, Rousseau, Lisiak blocked, covered by Miller. Rousseau, right side slide, off the block. Hinkle, Ortega, back row from Vanderwide. Miller, Rousseau, big swing, Hinkle gets it. Clayton kind of held it up in the net as Rousseau just punches it back over on the Iowa side. 3-2 Northwestern on top. Ariel Amaya back to serve. Runs it forward. Vanderwide, Ortega, middle to Clayton. Long, no touch, 4-2. It's a tough ball to get to the middle. When it works, you look like a genius, but when you're off the net running away, it's just so hard to put that in the right position. Amaya serves again. Ortega behind her to Bizzario. Northwestern got caught in the net there. Wasn't really a did she, didn't she? It was how did she not pull the net down? 4-3 Northwestern still on top though. Bizzario will serve for the Hawks. Good serve there. Stinson off the net. Rousseau back row attack. Hinkle gets it though. Ortega back row from Bizzario. Goes long. Thomas Alara dove out of the way. 5-3 Northwestern. Gerbach checks back in. Rousseau goes to the service line. The tall setter from Northwestern fires. Hinkle, bad pass. Vanderwide gets it up in the air though. Bizzario platforms it over. Oh, ball's tight. Ortega takes it. Hinkle backpedals. Gives it to Vanderwide. Big swing off the block and scores. Hawks probably had no business winning that point, but then again, if you free ball it over, you don't really have any business if you're Northwestern either. 5-4, Northwestern in the lead. Hinkle to serve for the Hawks. Goes sharp cross, Rousseau, middle attack, blocked. Hawks had a triple there, but couldn't keep it on the Northwestern side. 6-4, Northwestern leads. Lisiak to serve for the Wildcats. Floats it over. Hinkle, good pass to Ortega. Outside to Vanderwide. And she finds the floor. Big swing from Addie. She struggled in recent matches. Team's probably got a little bit more film on her. Kind of saw what she liked to do, what she didn't like to do. They've tried to take it away, and she's having to adapt. Growing pains of a freshman. She's doing a great job. Split to serve for the Hawks. Miller, pass off the net. Swing off the net. Hinkle, good one. Split, outside. Vanderwide again, blocked. Hinkle covers. Split, Vanderwide again. Tips, just barely covers the net. Northwestern couldn't handle it, bumps it out of bounds. Vanderwide kill, we're tied at 6. Split to fire again. Miller, good pass to Rousseau. Right side. Dug by Hinkle. Split, chases it down. Vanderwide tries to go off the block. Hawks hit it 4 or 5 times. We'll call it 4. That was a play early in the season that Vanderwide was able to score on. She was tooling it off the block with just that push on bad sets. Block was ready for her that time. They're kind of sealing up that line on her. Miller goes at Slagle. Split, misses connection. That's that middle ball again. Rousseau outside. Big swing from Thomas Ilara. And it's 8-6 Northwestern. Miller again. Floats it short. She knew short as soon as she hit it. 8-7, Northwestern on top. Bezario in for Slagle. Vanderwide back to the service line. Addie ropes it cross. Lisiak, Rousseau, right side, tip. Bezario gets it. Hinkle finds her feet. Vanderwide platforms it over. Diving play by Miller. Rousseau has to one-hand it over. Hawks get it back. Anabanjo, split. Jones, blocked. Gosh. I love the middle attack on a free ball, but the ball had spent the whole time in the middle of the court. The Northwestern block sitting right there. And you've got Bezario on the outside with no chance of getting the block out there on her. Certainly not a chance of getting the double. 9-7, Northwestern on top. Stinson fires. Vanderwide, tough pass, split to Anabanjo. She tips again. Lisiak, Rousseau, nobody's home. Hawks get it up in the air though. Vanderwide rolls it over. Lisiak, Rousseau, right side slide, blocked, covered. Stinson, Rousseau, Thomas Ilara. 10-7 Northwestern. Stinson to serve again for the Wildcats. Up by 3 here in the third set. Vanderwide, split. Bezario catches top of the tape, rolls back on the Hawks side, 11-7. Hawks gonna have to dig deep now. Stinson to serve. Hinkle, split, back row from Vanderwide, dug by Stinson. Rousseau, roll shot, split, gets it. Hinkle uses hands to Anabanjo. Big swing off the block, off the end of the court. Anabanjo with a big sigh of relief, scores 11-8. Jones to serve for the Hawks. She put them on a run in set 2. Let's see if she can do it again here in set 3. Right down the line. Stinson, good pass. Rousseau dunks it over. One-handed up. Jones on a banjo, rolls it over. Rousseau, Thomas Alara. A lot of Hawk one-handed, non-committed efforts at the dig there. 12-8 Northwestern. Coach Brown calls timeout. 12-8 Northwestern leads the third. They lead 2-0. We'll take a break. You're listening to Hawkeye Volleyball from Learfield. Welcome back to Hawkeye Volleyball. Looking to downsize from your family home? The new Oak Knoll East campus is now open and offers many unique amenities for your active lifestyle. Call 319-351-1720 or visit oakknoll.com to set up your personal tour. Oak Knoll is a proud supporter of the Iowa Hawkeyes. Hey, not sure if you had a chance to watch the Iowa field hockey team on Big Ten Network on Friday. Is the number one Hawkeyes took on number 2 Michigan, and it lived up to the billing as the Hawks battled and ended up defeating Michigan 2-1 in the shootout, or in a shootout, as they went through 7-on-7, 2 overtime periods, and then went through the shootout where the goalkeepers really stood on their heads until the last 3 shooters, 2 for the Hawks, 1 for Michigan, and the Hawks came out on top. Tomorrow afternoon, the Hawks will take on the Buckeyes from Ohio State as Iowa looks to move to 16-0 on the season. Thomas Ilara to serve for Northwestern. 12-8, they lead the third set. Big toss, big swing. Bezario, split. Vanderwide rolls it over. Boy, Northwestern rolls it over. Vanderwide, split, chases it down. Bezario off the block, dug by Thomas Ilara. Big swing coming. Hinkle, good dig. Split, right side. Outside. Bezario. Too much for Stinson to handle. 12-9. Bezario, first one at double digits. She's got 10 now. Ortega to serve for the Hawks. Puts it in the net. Tough time for that. 13-9, Northwestern leads. Amaya checks in for Northwestern to serve. Runs it forward. Vanderwide. Ortega. Clayton. Great hustle by Northwestern, but it won't be good enough to get the dig. First touch was rattling back into the bench. The whole Northwestern team chasing after it, though. Love the effort. 13-10, Hawks trail. Bezario to serve. Back-to-back service errors for the Hawks as Buzz goes long. $14-10 now. And that'll put Rousseau back to serve for Northwestern. She hammers it over. Vanderwide. Ortega, middle from Clayton. Blocked by Hardwick. And Northwestern seeing the playbook pretty well for the Hawks right now. Rousseau again. Floats it over. Hinkle onto the Northwestern side. Hawks get a block. Gerbach blocked by Vanderwide and Clayton. I'm a little surprised that Lisiak didn't go up and just pound it home on the overpass, but instead she chose to play it with two hands back into the middle. Hinkle to serve for the Hawks. Gets one in. Oh, well-timed play there from Northwestern as Lisiak drills it home. Northwestern just runs a pretty efficient offense. They don't do a whole lot flashy. Sometimes the airs bite them, but boy, they do a nice job. Lisiak goes over. Slagle, bad pass. Ortega platforms it to Hansen. She chops it over. Rousseau. Big swing coming off the block. Thomas Ilara uses the Hansen block and scores. 17-11. We're kind of in a do-or-die spot for the Hawks. Downer kind of doing the same thing I'm doing over here is the wet spot the Hawks want cleaned up is right in front of me. He's kind of seeing if it's there. Maybe a little break. Lisiak to serve again. Slagle off the net. Ortega outside to Vanderwide. Good dig. Oh, collision. Hawks get the block. Vanderwide and Jones block Hardwick on the right. Actually, that might have been Gerbach again that got blocked. 17-12. Split will serve for the Hawks. She's got some aces today. Not this time. Middle attack from Hardwick. Oh, Split was able to get the ball up in the air, but it just drifts over Slagle's head. 18-12 now. Miller to serve for Northwestern. Slagle, Split. Toyosi tips it. Tipped back over. Split gets it. Hinkle behind her on two. Vanderwide gets it over. Big swing from... My goodness, she's got a big swing. Thomas Ilara just delivers it. 19-12, Northwestern looking to close out the Hawks here in set three. Hawks use their last timeout. We'll take it as well. You're listening to Hawkeye Volleyball from Learfield. Welcome back to Hawkeye Volleyball. Iowa Volleyball is brought to you by University of Iowa Sports Medicine, offering sports injury prevention, treatment, and rehabilitation to athletes of all ages and skill levels. University of Iowa Sports Medicine, team physician of your Iowa Hawks. Also a big thank you to Quickstar, presenting sponsor of Iowa Volleyball. Hawks again being held to 0-40 here in the set and hitting just 0-63 in the match, with Northwestern hitting 266. So always going to be a tough hill to climb when that's where you're at. Hawks will have to find some offensive explosion here. Miller floats it over at Slagle. To Split, outside Donna Bonjo. She scores. Good swing from Toyosi on the outside, 19-13. Slagle goes out. Bazzario checks back in. Vanderwide back to the service line. Kill number 5 for Anabanjo. Vanderwide floats it over. Good pass. Middle attack off the block. Vanderwide gets it. Split outside to Bazzario. Has to tip as the ball was tight. Not a very good handle there from Thomas Ilara. Rousseau waited until it got down, ended up punching it in the net, 19-14. See if the Hawks can find at least one more here. Vanderwide goes over, bad pass. Thomas Ilara is going to get a swing though. Hinkle doesn't handle it well. Vanderwide gets it up. Pizarro flat foots it over and finds the floor. Talking about how much I hated the down balls earlier, but I guess when you're 6'5", it's a little easier to do. Good ball to handle, 19-15. Vanderwide again, floats it over. Bad pass again. Rousseau platforms it to Thomas Ilara, off the block and scores. Toyosi slid inside. Thomas Ilara hit it off her outside hand. Her 12th kill now. She's really heated up here in the third set. Stinson in, she'll serve. Northwestern 5 points away from closing it out. Vanderwide looked like she wanted to get out of the way. Didn't get out of the way. Went off her platform, 21-15. Stinson again, that was her second ace. Floats it over at Vanderwide again. Split outside of Pizarro. That'll go into the crowd. Point Hawks, 21-16. We'll try to catch Coach Brown for the interview presented by Oak Knoll after the match. Hopefully that's not anytime soon. Jones. Good pass this time, Rousseau, right side slide. That's Dodson. If you can hit a quiet 500, she's done it. 6 kills on 12 swings. Northwestern 3 points away. Thomas Ilara to serve. Into the net. 22-17. Hawks with some life. Gonna take a serving run here. Ortega will be the first one to try for the Hawks. Bailey back at the line. Floats it over. Stinson off the net. Rousseau outside through the block and scores. That was Lisiak. 23-17. Amaya checks in, she'll serve. Floats it over, Vanderwide. Ortega outside to Hansen off the block. Rousseau, Lisiak blocked. Pizarro and Clayton get the block. That'll put Pizarro on the service line. 23-18. Buzz comes forward and goes cross. Good pass from Stinson. Slide. Dug up. Vanderwide takes the ball. Pizarro from the back row. Dug up. It's coming over. Hawks blocked. My goodness, they've done that a couple times. That's the setter. That's Rousseau from the middle, who went up on the overpass and sent it back to the Hawk side, 24-18. Rousseau will try to close it out now for the Wildcats. Fires it over, Vanderwide, Ortega, Clayton. Catches the back line, Hawks are still alive. 24-19. Hinkle needs a handful to keep the Hawks around. Floats the first one over. Miller, good pass. Rousseau on the slide. Hinkle gets the dig. Ortega to Vanderwide. Tips it right down the line. Rousseau gets it. That's up tight. Tipped over. Vanderwide. Ortega to Hansen. Off the block. Scores. 24-20. Nickel will try again. Outside to Lisiak. Right down the line, off Ortega, into the crowd, and that'll do it. 25-20. Northwestern takes set three and gets the sweep. 25-20, 26-24, and 25-20. Let's see. Take a quick look here. Coach Brown coming over to sit by me. Better get you turned up here, Coach. You hear me okay?
Yes.
Well, thanks for coming over. Let's see. We'll start with you. Where do you want to start? Talk to me about tonight.
I thought we had a good plan against Northwestern. We definitely saw moments, especially in that second set, when we're executing and being disciplined. We're able to really put them in a tough spot. Courtney's starting to find her rhythm on the outside, so that's one of the reasons why we moved her out there. It took her a couple sets or a couple matches, but she's starting to see her range, finding her kills, and tonight she had 13. And so, we've been utilizing her in the backcourt as well. So I thought Courtney has always been a player that steps up, whether we have her hit, set, dig, whatever the case may be. So it's good to see that she's finding her rhythm. But our plan was to slow up the outsides, and we just weren't able to do that consistently enough.
And Northwestern seemed, hit 261, 229, or 281, 229, and 297. I thought you served better tonight. I thought maybe the last couple matches there was a little bit of a lull, but tonight it was 6 aces to 6 errors, but Northwestern only had 4 aces, so it felt like you finally won the serve-receive game for a change. Was there something different you worked on, or just different team?
Yeah, we were noticing passing numbers, who's been our most consistent passer, so, allows us to take some players out of the passing line and just allow those stronger passers to really get a feel of which ball is theirs. So that helps a lot with balancing whether we're in system versus out of system percentages-wise. And, we were talking a lot about serving and being the survivor. And so we put a lot of emphasis in that. And, they had Northwestern has a couple of good servers, and I thought we did a good job of handling their serve, especially with the 2 different types, with the lefty setter and the jump top from their outside, number 12. So we haven't seen that, and I thought we did a good job.
Yeah, so staying on that for one more second. So I noticed sometimes you received with 2 and you were receiving with 3, and it seemed like there were times you were kind of jockeying court around, and I know it was with Thomas Ilara there on one of them, and so is the 2 kind of scouting report stuff of, okay, they're going to go float, they're going to go softer, so we can cover more court with these people anyway, and there are better passers by numbers? Is that kind of the idea?
Yeah, we wanted to at least have more sets where we have a 3-person passing against Temi. I thought we got that in the first and second. But even when we had to go with our traditional 2-person pass rotation against her, I thought Mari and Addie did a good job of taking care of business.
Yep. You mentioned the outsides. Is there something, so especially if an outside gets on a roll there, it felt like the third set Temi really started to bring it in, and Lisiak was pretty consistent through the whole thing. Is it block and hand positioning? I assume it's a little bit of everything, but what do you try to do to make an adjustment on the fly if the scouting report seems to have kind of lost track?
Yeah, with their offense, it's a little faster, and so if a couple of kills come, especially coming through your seam block, as a blocker, you start second guessing a little bit of your press capabilities. And so, we just go back and on Monday and just really clean up our consistency in our pressing, and that way we can continue to improve and continue to be able to block well against, no matter if it's a faster offense or a higher offense.
So same type of schedule that we've had now. We're back to Wednesday, Saturday again this week, right? And then the week following is the weekend where we go back to the weird. It'll feel weird where it's Friday, Saturday.
Right. Yeah. One more week of the split here with us having Nebraska.
Oh, that's right. And then you go to Northwestern
And
next
then
Saturday.
we go to Northwestern. And so, we're coming into the second half of Big Tens. And after this week, we'll be back to the traditional Friday, Saturday flip.
Well, thanks, Coach. It feels like the effort and energy are there. We just have to figure out how to put it together for the whole match. There's enough glimpses of it to know that they can do it. You just want to see them be able to finish it up.
Yeah, finishing. We talk about this a lot of just when it comes down to 18-18, we do a lot of short games and talk about this. You have to eliminate unforced errors. And so got to eliminate moments where we're getting aced or not covering balls or, just making offensive decisions and transition plays that maybe don't put us in the best situation. So we just got to clean it up. When you're at the end, you all hands on deck.
Dane and I were talking about that. We just felt like there were a couple points there where you wanted to see Northwestern score the point instead of maybe us give them an easier opportunity to get it. So that'll come.
Yeah.
It'll be there.
Yep, we just got to keep moving into next week and working on eliminating those errors at the very end.
Sounds good, Coach. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
That was Coach Brown with the coach's interview presented by Oak Knoll. Hawks fall in 3 tonight, 25-20, 26-24, and 25-20. Appreciate you tuning in again tomorrow. Happen to be around. We've got the field hockey team I'm sure would enjoy some support. And we'll be back Wednesday night as the Hawks take on Nebraska. Thank you for listening. I'm John Evans. This has been Hawkeye Volleyball from Learfield. Have a great evening.